I will say that this move that I'm about to embark on, this homestead journey I've been looking at and planning for forever, it seems like, is turning into one of the most difficult things that I've ever done. So last time I moved from Spokane, Washington back to Maryland. And that was a difficult move because at the time I was by myself. I had to get the house ready. I had 20 projects to do around the house just so we could sell it. I had to pack everything up myself. I had to move it myself, get it into the van, the moving van myself. I had one friend who did help me with the big things. It was a difficult move. They wanted to get into the house quicker, so I had to live in my travel trailer for 30 days. It was a difficult move for me. Driving 2,800 miles across country, delivering some of the furniture to one location, and then I had to put other furniture in storage, and then I had to find a house, settle on that, get the stuff out of storage, and then bring it to the house. So that was a tough move. But I will say that this move that I'm looking at trying to do right now with homesteading and moving from Maryland to Maine is turning into be maybe a little more challenging than that move I just outlined, which was pretty difficult for me. So one of the things I did today was I tried to clean out this shed, which has had a lot of junk remaining in it for 8 years that was in it from my last move that, shamefully, I wish it didn't turn out this way because a lot of it I just had the junk. But I made 2 runs to the dump this week, but I got the majority of it out. It's still a mess in here, but I got the majority of it out. I got to sweep it out. But like I said, I got the majority of it out, and I won't have to deal with moving the remainder of this stuff that I should have dealt with a long time ago. So I found something interesting in my yard. Something was digging in my yard last night and unearthed this ground beehive. Now they're not yellow jackets because they would already be stinging me, but I don't know what they are. They're smaller, look like smaller honeybees. So something had a nice honeycomb dessert last night. You can see the comb here. Like I said, if these were yellow jackets, they would be attacking me right now. Earlier in the year, I had another yellow jacket hive that was stinging me one day, and I had to get rid of it. Not sure what I'm going to do about this one. But I definitely don't want bees living under my ground right here. So I got the hens a treat, some corn and some green peas. Hopefully they'll like those. They'll figure out the corn soon. I know they will. So I tried to talk to a realtor this week. I did call. I emailed him and called him, and he unfortunately had a wedding to go to over the weekend. So I didn't want to just drive out to Maine and drive onto a property that I wasn't invited onto. Now, unfortunately, I've done it before, which I don't like to do, but this time I decided not to. So hoping this weekend coming up, I'll take Friday off, make the drive up there, and then hopefully look at the property I wanted to look at last week, this coming week. But one of the things with this property, and I explained it in one of my other videos, is it does have a small cabin, but nowhere near enough room for me to put everything I have in my house inside it. I can't fit it at all. So I'm gonna have to build a cabin, or what I'm probably gonna do is buy a cabin, and then that I can buy. They sell tons of sizes, and there's tons of places out there that sell these cabins, and they'll bring them right to your property. The one property I'm already looking at has nice level stone ground, and which is awesome. So, but there's a lot that I have to do just to get to that point. Right now, I'm just been downsizing my house like crazy, because I know my cabin will probably be smaller than 800 square feet, most likely. So I can't fit a 1,700 square foot house into that. Plus, I don't want to have that much stuff. And one thing I've noticed after making probably my 6th dump run now is just having too much stuff is a drain on me. It just drains me, and I've just been happy to get rid of a lot of the stuff. I've given some away, but a lot of it, unfortunately, just got ruined, and I had to throw it away. And I had a similar thing happen here in Maryland when I moved from Spokane back to Maryland, and I put all my stuff in storage. It wasn't an air-conditioned storage, and a lot of it got mold on it throughout the summer. And it was only in there for about 2 to 3 months. So it's the one thing you have to deal with here in Maryland that I don't know for sure, but I don't think I'll have to deal with in Maine. I don't think the mold is quite as bad there, because I don't think the heat is as prolonged there like it is here in Maryland. I don't know for certain, but I'm hoping that's the case. So my major goal is, right now, is to downsize my house, and I've been doing that. I still have to call, I think, the Salvation Army. I think I'm going to call and have them come out and grab a whole bunch of old bedroom sets that I can't seem to give away. And I'm not one of those people who like to put things on Facebook Marketplace and sell it. I just am not. I'd rather just give it to a charity and take a small write-off for that. Plus, it's stuff I haven't used in years. So right now, that's all I can do. But at least I'm... Oh, what are you doing, girl? She's pecking on me. So the only thing I can do is, this is going to sound silly, is do what I'm doing. And downsizing, getting the projects done around my house, still saving money, still buying the things that I need to buy, and narrowing in on the things that I'm going to need when I get there. When I buy a piece of property that has a small cabin on it, hopefully a well, what am I going to need day one? And those are the things I'm trying to buy in cash and just have all that ready, so that when I do get out to Maine and I do find a place that I want to buy and I write a contract on it, that I'm ready 30 days later to start running and getting, my homestead my dream of homesteading moving forward. Cleaning up after these ducks is daily. It never ends. They continue to make a mess. One interesting thing about my ducks, and they've been attacked a couple times by a fox in the community, is something happened to the fox that was living down here. So there was a fox that was living down in the crevice down there, and I know some of you aren't going to like to hear this, but I was praying that something would happen to the fox. I was like, Lord, move that fox on, get it out of my backyard. Well, unfortunately for the fox, I think it was a she. She went down the street about 6-8 houses down to a neighbor's house, and she met her end. There was a dog in the yard, and he was having nothing of it, and he took her out. Now, for the last week and a half, it's been real quiet. Almost no issues. I don't hear the ducks anymore at night. I'm sleeping through the night without having to get up and see what's going on for them, to see if they're okay. Now, winter's coming, and I do have to try to figure out what I'm going to do with them during the winter, and I'm not sure. So I've tried to catch the ducks in here. I just let them kind of come in here, and I've tried to catch them. They are fast. They are way faster than the chickens. And one of my knees hasn't been so good, so I was going to pick one up. A couple of you had suggested just pick them up at night and put them in to the coop, which I was going to try. And I've tried it a couple times. It's turning out to be a lot harder than I had first thought. So talking about predators, I was able to humanely relocate 4 or 5 squirrels, 3 raccoons, and now the fox is gone, at least one of them. I haven't heard her call anymore at night either. She makes this really loud screaming call, she does. So right now, everything with the animals seems pretty good. So I know one of you guys had told me if you have 1 rat, you have 1,000,000, and I've gotten rid of 3. My neighbor's gotten rid of 3, and I keep finding more. I'm so frustrated. I keep putting out traps, but they seem to, I don't know, eat all the peanut butter, and then the trap is snapped, but they're fine. So the only thing I can think of right now is just drop poison down there. If it wasn't so close to the house, I would just try to drown them out of there, but this single trap stuff ain't gonna work. And I put out another cage to try to trap them in that. I did trap 1 in it. But yeah, these rats are turning into be a problem. So that's what I'm doing right now, trying to get myself doing everything I can do to get ready for my move. Now I think right now, the way it looks, I think most likely I'll be able to buy a piece of land with a small cabin, and then I'll be able to get up to Maine 3 or 4 times throughout the winter and do some of the things I have to do. Most likely I'll move more in the spring. It seems right now that's kind of what I think is going to happen. Is most likely it won't be this year, but it'll be spring, and that's okay. As long as I have the land purchased and I'm starting to build it out, get it the way I want it to be, I'll be pretty happy with that. So like I said in the beginning, this is a long process, and I've been working on this a long time. I've been thinking about homesteading probably 8 or 9 years now. In the last 3 years, and I've really been looking into it and starting to make my move. It's a long process. I'll take you guys with me, and I'm just going to keep moving forward. That's all I can do, is continue to move forward and just do what I got to do. And a lot of it I'm figuring out as I go. I don't know. So I'm learning. I'm watching other channels of people, that have gone before me, that've done the same thing that I'm doing. And, they've gone before me, and I'm watching them, and I'm finding my own path. So that's where I am right now. So guys, thank you so much for watching my videos. I truly I pray you guys are happy and healthy. Take care, guys, and God bless.